Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing video of my latest game camera purchase. This is the Victure 16 megapixel 1080p trail camera. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I do unboxing videos of various items I've purchased, and I tend to buy a lot of hunting related items, and that's what I'm doing here today, is reviewing the HC300 model. Again, the brand is Victure. If you've watched my videos before, you know I like reviewing these trail cameras. And primarily I enjoy reviewing the ones that are sold on Amazon by Chinese companies that you really can't find any other reviews on. If you're really interested in buying a Bushnell or a Moultrie or a Cuddyback or something like that camera, there's plenty of videos and reviews you can go out there and read. But these cameras that are on Amazon, there's not a whole lot of information on them. And those are the ones I like trying out. The main reason I enjoy trying them is because they're so cheap. This camera was $46.99. And it is a no-glow LED camera. And at $46.99, I just can't resist trying these things. I'm on a ranch. It's about 5,000 acres, and we use tons of these things. So whenever I find a good deal on one, I buy them and throw them out. And for the most part, I've had pretty good success with them. I have had one other camera by Victure. It isn't one of the no-glow LEDs. It was one of the low-glow ones. This one's totally supposed to be transparent. You shouldn't see any kind of LEDs when it goes off with the flash, and that's what I'm trying out. So all I'm doing right now is taking a look at the contents of the box. What's it going to look like when you order it and get it in case there's anybody out there who's considering buying the same camera. Comes with the standard USB cable. This is basically so you can plug the camera in and retrieve your videos off of it or your pictures off of it. I personally don't ever use these. I put a SD card in the camera, pull the SD card out, put it in my computer, and that's how I get my images. Standard strap goes around the tree. And then this is a mounting bracket that you can use in lieu of the strap. What you do here is you've got a face plate that mounts into the tree, and then you've got an arm that comes out of the back of it that attaches to the back of the camera. These work really well. I actually like them better than the strap. Strap's a little bit easier, but once you get this thing secured, all you have to do is unthread your camera from it and take it and go and just thread it back on there. So those are nice mounting brackets. There's a lot of camera manufacturers that use the same bracket. So now let's take a look at the camera itself. Packaged very nicely. It's got plastic over the lenses. So the main reason I bought this camera versus some of the other ones out there is, I'll show you, is right there. It takes a regular SD card, and the problem I'm running into these days is so many of these new cameras that are coming out take a micro SD card. And micro SD cards are great if you've got small fingers and you can deal with them, but I've dropped them so many times that I prefer cameras that have that take a regular SD card, and that's what this one does. 36 no-glow LEDs, and there's your traditional threading bracket that I mentioned could be used with this. It'll also work with some of the arms sold by other manufacturers. I know Stealth Cam and Moultrie both sell arms for game cameras, and theirs will work here. It's just the standard size. The batteries on this camera load on the bottom. It claims it only runs on 8 AA. I don't know why these Chinese companies do it, but we're going to try and put in 4 AA here and see what happens. I wrote a question on the product and said, hey, can you run this thing on 4 AA or does it have to be 8? They wrote back and said 8. But I've had several of the companies, and when I throw 4 in there, it works just fine. Obviously, 8's going to last you longer in the field, but I'm okay with only running 4 and having to replace the batteries every couple months versus every 6 months. And it does has a connection if you're going to try and plug in a solar panel to it. Anyway, there's a look at the camera. What I'll do is let's throw some batteries in here. We'll go through the setup, and then I'll get it put out in the field, and we'll take a look at some of the pictures or videos that it captures. Okay, so I've loaded a SD card in here, and I've also loaded some batteries in here, and I just want to show you, again, If you read the directions on this camera, it's going to say you need 8 batteries. I've got 4 AA batteries in here. And your switch down here, you've got to off, you've got to test, and you've got to on. When you want to do your settings, you're going to go to test. With 4 AA batteries, the camera works just fine. So you can run 8 in it if you want to, or you can just run 4 in it if you want to. And that's what I'm doing, is I'm running 4 in it. First thing we're going to do is select our language. This is pretty easy. Just go through your date setup. When you've got what you want, hit enter. Set your time. Do you want to format the memory card? I always do that right off the bat, just to get everything off of that memory card, get it formatted and ready to use in this camera. And then if you click on this top button, it goes into all of your different settings. So hopefully you're going to be able to see this okay. But the mode, do you want photo, do you want video, or do you want photo and video? What photo and video is going to do is when it triggers, it's going to take a picture first, and then it's going to start taking video of whatever it's capturing. Photo resolution, you can go as low as 2 megapixel on this camera. 3, 5, 8, 12, 16 is what I want. Photo series, do you want it to take 1 photo when it triggers, 2 photos, or 3? Just going to keep it on 1, and so on and so forth. These cameras are really easy to set up. This one's extremely easy to set up. Same thing, video resolution. Do you want full 1080p? Do you want 720p? Do you want 480p? Your video interval, how long basically do you want your videos to be? Like 20 seconds. And that's all you're going to do. You can go through all these settings. You got PIR settings, your sensitivity, your target record time. I don't know what that is. Let's see what that is. I'll have to look in the manual to see what target record time is. I'm not real sure what that is. Time lapse would be if you wanted to take a picture at a certain time every day. Most people use that when you're doing it like on a construction site where you're wanting to track progress, or if you've got a food plot, you're wanting to track the growth of the crop over a certain period of time. Language, time and date, we already did that. Serial number. Temperature, do you want it in Celsius or Fahrenheit? Do you want the beep sound on or off? Let's cut this off. And you'll see now it's silent. Audio recording, do you want it to record sound when it captures something or not? Do you want the timestamp on or off? And if you do you want the time and date? Do you want the date, or do you just want it off? So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of settings, and all you got to do is cycle through them. Set it up the way you want to. Once you're done, you're going to move this bottom switch from test to on, and that's going to trigger the camera. So I'm going to go get it put out in the field, and I'll try and attach some images or videos of what it captures, let you know what the quality's like. Thanks.